All right, welcome to game night tonight. We've got this unboxing of Ecos First Continent. This is a newer game that we picked up not too long ago. Kind of excited about it. It looks pretty fun. It looks kind of similar to like Settlers of Catan in a way, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's just bust it out, see what we got, see how it goes. Okay, so here we go. So we have obviously the rule book, gotta figure out how to play it and everything like that, but looks like there's a lot of facets. You're gonna be, ultimately, based on what I've read about this, you're gonna be collecting different foods to help your animals grow and get bigger and everything like that. So this is like double-sided, but it looks like it's the exact same thing. So double-sided, either way, however you look at it, looks like a scoreboard of sorts to track your progress overall. And then you got the different hexes. These ones look like water or sky or something. My guess is just a blank space. Yep, so you got a few of these. You got your blank spaces. Oh, already popped one out. And they're pretty loosely in there, but they're good. Then you got, yeah, so my guess water spaces. You've got some grasslands here. I'm gonna pull out these guys. Yeah, so the hexes are very much like, so on the flip side, you got the green grass, and then you got like the desert plain grass or whatever. I don't know if that's different or if it changes anything, but you got a flip side of each of those. But the hexes are just like the same exact, basically same size and everything as Settlers of Catan, which is interesting. Okay, and then we've got all the different animals here. We've got like cheetahs, antelope, you got fish, storks, you got manatees apparently, lions, elephants, gorillas, rhinos, all those different ones. You've got the start tokens, and you start at this end and then you flip it based on how you do it. I imagine yields different outcomes in the game, but you got that on one side, and then on the other side it looks like it's kind of the same thing. Some of them, the actual icons have changed slightly, so it looks different, but got all of those tokens. I'm gonna be kind of careful not to knock them out too much. Then we've got these different, so you've got the stork tokens. Looks like these kind of fold up and it becomes like a cube, a little like container of sorts that you can draw the different tokens from, that you will build here based on the different ones, but it holds, it looks like it'll subdivide into the different, like here's the stork, here the fish, here the cheetah / orcas, hippos, elephants, etc., etc. So it has all those. You got some more hippos up here, but we're gonna take that guy set aside. Another box thing that it creates. You got the token there. You got your Ecos First Continent bag that puts all the different tokens in. I imagine that these are for these bigger tokens here. I could be wrong. Again, I've not played this game yet, but you've got these ones. These look like little mountains that you're gonna be putting onto your board, creating a little more diversity in your ecosystem overall. And then you've got, oh, there's that missing token that was over there. Okay, yeah, you've got all the different tokens here that have different symbols. So you got little swirlies, you've got, obviously each of these are gonna coincide with what happens in the game, but you got like plants, you got everything, you got water. So all these have different sides to them, but I imagine they're gonna go into our blue bag over here, and then you're gonna like either draw at random to see what happens to your land to build that up. Then you've got these tracking dice, I imagine is what it is. So they're like little wooden blocks. A couple of them have colors. My guess is, I think this is a 6-player game, is that right? So 2 to 6 players, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colored blocks. So those are gonna be your individual player blocks, I imagine, to track your progress as far as victory points go on the board. But then all these other ones, I'm not entirely sure, but you got a bunch of those little tracker tokens. You got those there. You got little mini trees, so we're gonna take a look at those. But all these pieces are made out of wood, so they should hold up okay as long as you're not like really flexing or bending them too much. Like this one, I imagine you could snap pretty easily if you needed to, but you don't need to and you don't want to, because it's part of the game. But you got tons of little tree tokens here, and then we're gonna go through these cards. So I'm gonna go through them fairly quickly, so if you do want to look at them a little closer, feel free to pause the video to get a close-up shot of that as we go. But I'm gonna slide this up just a little bit. Here we go. Okay. So there's not like a name for these, but there's different actions that happen. You're gonna be putting down land types. You're gonna be gaining squiggly lines. Again, I don't really know anything about this game other than that it is about building an ecosystem and trying to do the best to get the victory points you need to based on what animals and land types that you have, that kind of thing. So you have all these different things that will happen throughout the game and help you build up that ecosystem the best that you can. So it looks like there's different symbols here in the different corners. The last one had like a sun looking thing. This one only has that one, but yep, so there you go. So you got different symbols down here, kind of note that. 35, my guess is those are the card numbers or something. I don't know if that coincides with the game at all, but different symbols, different things that happen. Maybe this is the cost of what you have to do, or you have to have those things to be able to get the victory points you need to win the game. So we're going to continue going here. You got that, a little bit more. But yeah, my guess is that's cost, and then obviously the action of what happens, gaining different things to be able to build up or buy newer cards, more cards, etc. So you have all these different things. We saw this game and we were pretty excited. It looked fun. It looked like it was interesting. There's a lot of things happening. And since there's more animal oriented, I know that it is 14 years and older is what it suggests. But I've been finding that a lot of the games, based on the age restrictions or whatever, or age suggestions, are a little bit higher than normal. Because with my kids, I have a 5-year-old and a now 8-year-old. Those two play almost all the different games with us, as long as it doesn't involve a lot of heavy reading. And this one looks like it's a little minimal, just as long as they kind of understand it. But this one might be a little bit more than what they can handle. But overall, like, this game just looked like fun to become a family game that we play later, especially as the kids get older. But we love different various games, so it's just a fun thing to do. But you have all these different cards. Maybe I should go through these a little bit faster. There's just a lot. There's a lot to it. Yeah, the last game that I did, oh man, tons of cards. But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of little cutouts that go along with the board, but ultimately it's just the tokens that have the land. You get the tokens for the various animals, and then you got the little boxes that hold those tokens of the animals, and those will gain you more victory points. You gain little blocks from the manatees as you put them down. And so it looks like the different hexes are going to have different animals on them. Maybe if you get too many animals on them, it will overpopulate the area and then like make it become a desert. Who knows? Not entirely sure. Just have to read up on those as we go. But I'm excited to play this game. It looks interesting because you're going to be building your own like mountains, your own land hexes. Different animals are going to come into different regions. You're gaining different victory points. I don't know if there's like different objectives or anything like that, but it looks fun. So I'm pretty pumped and excited. I don't know what the difference between the colors is because you got these reddish orange and the green cards here. Maybe they just coincide to what land token you're going to be taking, because the green ones are going to be like the grasslands, and then you got the desert grasslands or something, and then you got the red for the mountains, because the mountains are red in this game. So got all these different ones, but yeah, you got the 3 different types of land, and then you've got the mountains and the trees that you're going to be putting down. And obviously the more shade you have for different animals, I imagine it helps them survive longer and do better overall in the ecosystem that you have created. So kind of fun stuff. But ultimately, like, these games, we're getting all sorts of different new games. I'm trying to do like unboxings for them so that you kind of get an idea and see what is all in the games themselves. A lot of times we kind of avoid some of the heavier figurine games as of right now, but I'm always intrigued by them. They look like a lot of fun, so I might be dabbling in those a little bit more. But we just get these games and we just want to try new games, suggest new games, play new games, but ultimately it's all about having fun with what you've created and what you got. And as you get different games, it's fun to just get new suggestions from different people. So at any point in time, if you guys ever want to suggest a game that I should unbox and play and everything, please let me know, because I would love to do that. You guys can hit the subscribe button or like and share with others, your other gaming friends or just friends and family. That way we can get a better following and suggesting different people for different games to different people, because everybody is looking for a different game, something new other than like Monopoly and like the generic ones that we all know. Monopoly, Risk, Scrabble. Cranium is even a big one for a lot of people nowadays, but Settlers of Catan, that was like one of my first that I went into that helped me to get into more strategic games, and I kind of gained more of an appreciation and love for those types of games. So that kind of leads me to where I am now. But I just love the different facets of different games, people's creativity and like creating these games as well, and like the strategic play throughout them to make a more enjoyable experience to share with family and friends. It's just a lot of fun. So I would love to hear you guys' feedback and see what you guys think. But finally, we are through all the cards there. So you got a whole bunch of different cards on the back. It's just the different, so I do guess we have two different types of cards. We got the blues and the reds. So the blue and green and red and orange there. And they will play in however they will, because I don't know. It's all going to be based on how the game goes. But there you have it, all the different tokens, our bag for holding those tokens, and then once we actually get these opened up and put away, we can actually put them in their individual boxes. I'm gonna throw that on there. We've got all the land hexes, the little player things, more land hexes, but then we got our score sheet and everything here at the very end. But that kind of wraps it up. That's all that is inside this game. Of course, needing the rules. Ecos First Continent. So this game looks like a lot of fun. Suggested 14 years and older. Can play 2 to 6 players, which is pretty awesome. 45 minutes to 75-minute game time. So there's a lot of fun to be had with this. A little bit longer game, but it also includes up to 6 people. My family's a little bigger, so it's nice having the games like this that include more people, so that everybody can sit around the table and enjoy at the same time, instead of having to wait until the next game and then we switch out players. But there you go. Unboxing for Ecos First Continent. Look forward to the game playthrough and how to play this game. Really excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun. A different game for family and friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing, and we will catch you on the next time for game night tonight.